Hi, I'm Danny Ecker. In Chicago Business Today, regulating vacation rentals. It's a growing trend in Chicago. Property owners in residential areas leasing high-end apartments and condos to visitors. According to HomeAway.com, the number of new vacation rental listings in the Windy City jumped 106% in late 2009 compared to the year before, and the number of inquiries from potential renters has risen 93%. So far, it's an industry that has flown under the regulation radar. No licenses or inspections required, and property owners have taken advantage. But that may change after a unanimous city council vote on Wednesday, which enacted a new ordinance putting the vacation rental business on the grid.
This is a real issue. It's an emerging industry, and we want to see it be successful, but it needs to be safe and responsible, too.
Alderman Brendan Riley of the 42nd Ward says it was a pattern of inappropriate behavior from vacationers and subsequent complaints from his constituents that got the ball rolling on the ordinance. Many residents were frustrated their condo buildings and neighboring houses were being used essentially as hotels. The result? A heated year-long effort to begin regulating nightly vacation rentals, much like bed and breakfast establishments which faced a similar situation a decade ago. Riley is confident that just like B&Bs, this plan will prove to be effective over time.
Our bed and breakfast operators use much of the same rhetoric that we've heard over the past year on my ordinance, saying this is going to put us out of business, it's going to kill an emerging industry. Why would the city do this to us? I'm happy to report the bed and breakfast industry, under very similar regulations, is doing quite well.
One of our kitchens.
But some property owners feel they're being handcuffed by the new rules. Joe Helfrich has rented to vacationers since 2007. He says he's not against regulation and applauds the effort city council members have made to address sticking points in the ordinance, but says it still lumps very different properties together.
It seems to be misproportional to other licenses throughout the city. You know, to blanket a whole condominium association with an ordinance, let it be up to the aldermen to decide if they want to give people licenses on a case-by-case individual basis.
And while Helfrich's current properties will be grandfathered in under the new rules, he says new zoning regulations and special use fees will make it nearly impossible to grow his business in residential areas.
In a tough economy, I'm not grateful for the fact that it is stifling, growth. There are a few owners that I think some aldermen have had problems with, and unfortunately I think that's brought us to the position that we're in because of a few bad owners.
Alderman Riley points out that one sure product of the ordinance will be solid statistics of how many vacation rentals operate in the Chicago area, which will help facilitate future changes. Also, one point of interest about the hotly debated ordinance, it set a new Chicago City Council record for most drafts drawn up for consideration, with a total of 30 modified versions looked at over the past year. Well, that's all for this edition of Chicago Business Today. For more news on the Chicago real estate scene, head over to chicagorealestatedaily.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.